We've got Bobby Lane here and Ruby Jean. And they're fantastic, and I'm going to make them sing next, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
We're talking about crack problems, and I never had a crack problem, but I had a whole town do an intervention on me to stop drinking when I was really young, and I did really good for about 15 years, and this is what happened after that. 1, 2, everyone hates me. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Well, the pins won't go down, so I kick them down. Oh, oh. And I played with the girls, tits in the back room. Oh, oh. And everyone hates me since I started drinking again. Drinking again. Yes, everyone hates me since I started drinking again. Drinking again. The cat took a crap in the sink. The coal miners died. No one knows why. And I ain't got the money for rent. I've got booze on my breath. I'll never get hired. Everyone hates me since I started drinking again. Drinking again. Yes, everyone hates me since I started drinking again. Drinking again. What are you looking at? I lied. I slept with that girl after all. Oh. Made you cry, cry, cry. I didn't care at all. Didn't care at all. And everyone hates me since I started drinking again. Drinking again. Everyone hates me since I started drinking again. Drinking again. Thank you. I got 3 days sober
Great day, man.
I feel like the lucky guy up here because I got the pretty girl to play with. This is Ruby Jean, y'all. She's from West Virginia. That's where we met. I got stuck there in a blizzard a number of years ago, and I didn't know why I got stuck there, but I know why it was now. Meet Ruby Jean. This is a story of a woman who came up to us after a show up there and told us her whole life story. We whittled it down to 3 minutes. Willard, give me some money. I wanna buy them tapes. Willard, give me some money. Man, that old time music is great. I don't get out but once a week from watching my daddy, 'cause no one else will. I don't get out but once a week, and that band starts playing and I get up and dance, and that band starts playing and I get up and dance like Granddaddy used to make them fiddles. I'd like to see you play one. No, Granddaddy don't make no more fiddles. He's done gone on. He's done gone on. Late at night after Daddy goes to bed, I sneak on out the cabin and go down to Willard's, put on that country station and drink some beers, and that music come on and I get up and dance, and that music come on and I get up and dance like hey! Thanks very much. I'm Bobby Lane. It's not my real name, of course, but this is Ruby Jean, and we decided that we weren't going to pay rent anymore, and we got thrown out of our house, so we've been living in the van for the last few years, and it really cuts down on the overhead. But it's really cold up north. We found out quickly we got to get our butts down to Florida as quickly as possible, so we ended up in Key West around bunch of older folks, and it was nice down there. I felt like a young man hanging out with all these guys, and they're talking about their bucket lists and what they got to do, and a couple of these guys I'm thinking, well, you better get busy, man, you know. So they all looked at me and they said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, Ruby Jean, I want to go to Texas. And they said, that's it? I said, well, we want to get high with Willie. I want Willie to get me high. I want to get high with Willie. I want Willie to get me high. I hear smoked up on the White House roof with Jimmy Carter's boys one afternoon. In his limo trunk was a big old bag of skunk. Them boys were high throughout the month of June. smoking on that bag of weed that Willie left to you. I wanna get high with Willie. I want Willie to get me high. I wanna get high with Willie. I want Willie to get me high.
I want you.
I was trying to think of the next line. I got a little bit of short-term memory loss here. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. There's one thing I know. We went to the Jimmy Rogers Museum in not Minnesota, but Mississippi, of course. We got our photos taken there in front of Jimmy's guitar. And I'm thinking, well, that's the next line. I want you to with Jimmy Rogers, or sing the blues with old Murray. But there's one thing I need to do before I leave this world. I wanna get Some folks confuse patriotism with bad country music and alcoholism, but that ain't never been Willie. Oh no, no. He's American to the core. His face should be on Mount Rushmore. I wanna need Visine when he gets through with me. Just wanna get high with Willie. I want Willie to get me high. Wanna get high with Willie. I want Willie to get me high. Under a Texas sky. Under a Texas sky. Under a Texas sky. Maybe tonight. Under a Texas sky. Ruby Jean and I visited Houston for the first time last year, and it's a lot better traveling with Ruby Jean because I used to just travel with my dog Rhodey, and now I can talk about where we've been with my partner. And Rhodey was good though. She saved me on cold nights. We'd pull over and instead of freezing to death, I'd just hold on to the dog, and we go from town to town. And I remember one town gave us a giant bag of popcorn about 4 feet high, and me and the drummer were eating mustard and popcorn sandwiches for about a week and a half. It's not too bad really if you're in a pinch. It's even better when the popcorn gets stale. They last longer. That's right, John's been there. He's had the mustard and popcorn road sandwich. This is a song about those days. You get all excited if you see a sign that said hotel room $20. You know, this is about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And you pull in there, they say, no, room's 50. I said, well, the sign? It said, well, the sign's been there a long time. So this is a song I wrote about those traveling days with Rhodey, the dog. Well, the sign says 20, but the room is 50. And why do Bob Dylan songs get ruined by hippies? Well, in this town there's a feeling of low down dread. You gotta get out of this town before you're dead. 'Cause it's a big, big country with TVs and diners. You gotta see this America of ours.
There's lots of bars.
Yep, there's lots of sluts. There's evergreens up growing in the hills. Well, there's freaks in California and cowboys in Texas. And it's a whole lot prettier than you ever expected. So get in your car and hit that road. You got to see America before you're old. Why's that, Ruby G? 'Cause there's rock and roll in Cleveland and bluegrass in Kentucky. And if you pick a good guitar, hell, you might just get lucky. There's Alabama honky-tonks and Georgia peaches. There's West Virginia hills and them Carolina beaches. So get away from that computer and start living life before you get shackled to a bitchy, bitchy wife. Just fire up that Oldsmobile and see how good it feels. See this America of ours.
There's lesbian bars.
Yep, if that's what you are. With little bit of talent, you can get real far. There's lots of old timers with stories to tell. And down there in Philly, there's the Liberty Bell. There's David Allan Coe, and there's Hank Williams III. If you bring along short dresses, you can even come with me on a tour of Graceland and east through Tennessee, to a place called Nashville where country used to be. We'll go north to Detroit where the weak are killing eating. And on the wrong side of town you can get yourself a beating. We'll cruise to LA where their faces are like leather, and on through Arizona for that dry, hot weather, into New Mexico and them long, straight roads. We'll hit Austin city limits and hang with Billy Gibbons, and you'll never, ever wanna go home. Just leave that little boyfriend alone. Leave him alone. 'Cause in Brooklyn there's still rappers on the street corner rhyming. So get up off your ass and stop that whining. 'Cause it's a long, hard road, but before you get old, you got to see this America of ours. Said it's a long, hard road, but before you get cold, you got to see this America of ours. Thank you.
Cool.
All right, this is a song I wrote when we first got together called I Need Cash. Got something to do with it. 1, 2, 3. Got no money for finer things. Got no money for diamond rings. Got no money to buy that gas to go and see you, baby. I need cash. I need cash for gambling, vacations, cash for loving situations, cash to pay that rent. Man, I had a lot of money, but it's all been spent. But I got no time for hanging round with these four walls just staring me down. Hey, I'm gonna stir it up and boil that pot, 'cause you gotta do your cooking while the fire is hot. Yeah. but I got it. One of these days, Ruby Jean, we're gonna be on top. And I'll buy it all, and I'm never gonna stop. I'll get a Lincoln Continental, a Cadillac too, and one for John Evans, and another for you. I'll buy you fancy clothes with all that money, and we'll buzz like bees, dripping in honey. We'll go honky-tonkin' on Saturday night, and on Sunday morning I'll be holding you tight. Cash. Ooh, I need cash. Don't you know I need cash to buy that gas, to go and see you, baby. I need cash. Thank you. Overhearing conversations sometimes where I get things for songs, and I heard this one guy say one night, yeah, just got back together with the first wife. And his buddies looked at him and said, it's kind of complicated because it's my buddy's second wife. And I leaned in to hear the rest of it, and they all gave me that death stare, you know, so I just went home and made up the rest. So let's see where it goes here. I'm living with the first wife, who's the second wife of my friend. They were getting along fine till the third wife entered in. Then she came crawling back, and I moved all my old things in. Now I'm living with the first wife, who's the second wife of my friend. A CD that she stole from me was playing when I walked in. Then we had a time singing songs of mine, drinking 7-Up and gin. Then the two gals had a threesome, and that's when it got weird. Now people are looking in the windows to see what's going on here. I'm just living with the first wife, who's the second wife of my friend. They were getting along fine till the third wife entered in. Then we all started drinking, and the trouble begins. Now the second wife is mad that the first wife's back again. Oh my God. So blue, your ex-old man just treated you bad. That's why I'm here with you. Oh baby, 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 why you gotta call me his name? I told you before, you're over with that. Things will never be the same. Now I'm living with the first wife, who's the second wife of my friend. They were getting along fine till the third wife entered in. Then we all started drinking, and the trouble begins. I'm living with the first wife, who's the second wife of my friend, and I'm wondering when this weird shit is ever gone away.
After she's a second or third.
Here's a song I wrote for my buddy's wedding, and his wife didn't like it at all. Well, the kids all got new clothes, Mama got a new dress, Papa's out working on the car, and Sister's looking her best. I drink coffee in the morning, Budweiser at night, and you got yourself a good man, honey, so you'd better treat him right. Well, ever since the day we met, you had that roving eye, wearing thongs up to your shoulder blades, getting hoots from all the guys. Well, if I wanted that much competition, I'd join a softball team. Don't act like you don't understand, honey, you know what I mean. LA's got the sunshine and Memphis got the blues. Las Vegas got the ways and means for folks with dough to lose. But driving into Nashville, even old Hank's all alike. And you got yourself a good man, honey, so you'd better treat him right. That's right! I go to my job each day in my old brown work shirt, and you go to Sunday meetings in your leather mini skirt. The preacher's face turns red as fire when you get down on your knees. The husband's eyes pop out of their head and the wives all grit their teeth. My friends say I should leave you cold, for it kills me dead. But the minute I walk out that door, they're sleeping in my bed. Well, there ain't nobody I can trust if I can't trust you. We're just like Guns N' Roses, honey, our glory days are through. Kentucky makes the bourbon, Milwaukee makes the beer, that makes you do them things you do when any man comes near. But driving into Nashville, even old Hank's all alike. And you got yourself a good man, honey, so you'd better treat him right. Hey, you got yourself a good man, honey, so you'd better treat him right. I used to meet up with a lot of different people every night, playing here and there and everywhere, and I got adopted by some college kids one night, and they said we got to take them to meet Tank, and they took me to meet Tank, and Tank flipped out when he saw my guitar case. He said, "Get that thing out of here, get that thing out of here." He let me in, but not the guitar case. So he told me his story about his buddy in Vietnam who played guitar, and he didn't want to hear nobody play guitar no more. Daddy played the banjo and Mommy played the radio. My sister played the horses, her husband joined the Air Force, and I graduated high school in 1971. Ended up at Vietnam, you smoking reefer from my gun. Sometimes I get drunk and reminisce, take out some punk ass with my fist. Brother was an actor in a Broadway play. He didn't like the city much, didn't like to be away. He got into that cocaine, some said he turned gay. Found him dead at a Greyhound station 500 miles away. Well, sometimes I get drunk and reminisce, think about the good times we miss. And the years go by, and the years go by, and the tears go by, and the years go by. And Daddy still plays his banjo, but Mommy left her radio behind for the internet. Daddy drinks at the VF Dub. Mommy, she's sure in love with the grandbabies and her Pall Mall cigarettes. And the sun shines down on our West Virginia town. Sometimes I get drunk and reminisce, leave my pickup in the ditch. Thank you. This is a song I wrote a couple years ago that a lot of people don't like at all. Ruby Jean and I were driving to a gig in West Virginia and we got stuck in a funeral procession, ended up being late for the show. And but there was a big peace sign on the hearse and Ruby said, "Hey, I think it's an old school hippie funeral." So we lost that gig at the burrito joint, but we got this song out of it. It goes like this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crank up that old John Prine, drink up that Boone's Farm wine, 'cause I think we're stuck in a funeral line. 'Cause all the old hippies are dropping like flies. All the old hippies are dropping like flies. From the Grim Reaper there's no disguise. You gotta make room for all the new young guys. All the old hippies are dropping like flies. Hey, all them old hippies are dropping like flies. Sayonara, gray ponytail guys. You may have been young, but you weren't too wise. All the old hippies are dropping like flies. Well, the Pepsi generation's in the nursing home, bitching and moaning about getting old. You'd show Grandpap your iPod, but he wouldn't understand. He wants his Grateful Dead tape with the Candy Man. And he talks about the beach and the sun-tanned honeys, back when Saturday Night Live was funny. Gas was only 55 cents. We make jokes behind his back at his own expense.
Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Jane Curtin, Garen Morris, Lorraine Newman, Gilda Radner.
Hey, all them old hippies are dropping like flies. Eisenhower babies being sprinkled outside. Are you gonna be buried in suits and ties? No Levi's. All the old hippies are dropping like flies. Well, your daddy says he wished that he saved more money, but he should have wore a hat when it got so sunny. 'Cause that little black spot that he had on his face spread melanoma all over the place. So crank up that old John Prine, drink up that Boone's Farm wine, 'cause I think we're stuck in a funeral line. 'Cause all the old hippies are dropping like flies. The 60s are over, and so are their lives. Hell, even the Beatles are only two guys. Hey! From now on, whenever it doesn't go over, I can remember I can say, well, they loved it at Luckenbach. I was going to be a big league ball player, you know. I was going to play third base. I grew up in Northeast next to New Haven Coliseum, so I ended up going to all the concerts there. When my buddies couldn't go, I'd go anyway in the school nights and whatnot. And this big biker dude gave me a hit off his joint one time, changed my life, and that's when this song comes in. I'm looking at the TV, drooling just a little.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I took your corn dog and I bit it in the middle.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I had a bright, bright future, but I found something better.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I put a big burn hole in my new wool sweater. Stoned on the reefer again. Oh, I'm stoned on the reefer again. Left my car keys in the refrigerator.
Stoned on the reefer again.
My old friends say hi, I say, see you later.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I won't go out for the team no more.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I just ain't into the things that I was before. Stoned on the reefer again. Oh, I'm stoned on the reefer again. And I just lay back and listened to records. Bought me a Fender guitar. It's baby blue and a Mustang too. Same name as on my car. I'm working at the hospital, making good money.
Stoned on the reefer again.
But I'm way too shy to talk to the honeys.
Stoned on the reefer again.
Well, my grades went down and my friends all changed. Now they all got long hair. I was losing my mind on speed one night, standing in my underwear. And I was losing my mind and all my thoughts are going real fast and real fast and real fast and real fast. And I'm thinking of that and I'm standing there in my underwear and my mom's sleeping on the couch. I'm like, what am I doing in my underwear? And I went back up and I put on the radio and there was Ted Nugent talking about going Gonzo and I'm losing my freaking mind, man. And I just, you know, now it's exactly 30 years later.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I'm thinking about a sandwich with bacon and tomatoes.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I'm doing alright for a middle-aged guy.
Stoned on the reefer again.
I don't drink too much, but I still get high. Stoned on the reefer again. Oh, I'm stoned on the reefer again. Stoned on the reefer again. Oh, I'm stoned on the reefer again. Well, I'm going to be 50 years old this year, and I don't have any children. So I've been really careful because we've been, you know, living in Walmart parking lots and stuff, and it's probably not a good place to raise a kid. So I've been holding off on that one. But my brother's got a kid, and he's going to be turning 18, and I was thinking about advice for my nephew, who I don't get to see enough of. And that's this is like the barroom scene at the end of the night, because that's important decisions are made and a lot of families get started, for goodness sakes, you know. So this is, I'm going to substitute one word for another. I'm going to use the word touched instead of one that rhymes with fire truck. So it goes like this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What would you do if I touched you? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Or would you stalk me endlessly and it end up with police? What would you do if I touched you? Would you call up your friends and tell them all about it? And Christmas Eve you'd spend with my parents who hate you. Nobody Nobody's good enough for their boy. They make all kinds of mean comments about you and try and make you very uncomfortable. What would you do if I touched you? Would you writhe and scream, oh God? What would you do if I trust you to hang around my money and my bag of pot? Could this be the one who's always there when I'm in need? Or could this be the one that makes me bleed for a chance to do it all again and just be friends? What would you do if I touched you? What would you do if I do what you want me to do? With no protection, with little or no close-up inspection. What would you do, honey? Would you make my life a dream or a nightmare? Well, before I met Ruby Jean, I've been with Ruby Jean 11 years now. We've been together, and her dad didn't like me much when we first met.
Buy her a motorcycle.
He still doesn't like me, no. But this is a song about the girl that I was with for a little while before I met Ruby Jean. It's a short-lived thing. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 3. When I met her Wednesday night at the last open mic, she spent the night, we had a wonderful time. Well, she likes the Grateful Dead, and she loves water beds. She don't like fish, man, neither do I. She sews patches on my jeans and brings me ginseng tea. We'll be together till one of us dies. She's my hippie girl. She's my hippie girl. Tell you, baby, I love her so. She's my hippie girl. She's my hippie girl. Tell you, man, I'll never let her go. She'll always be with me, 'cause I'll never set her free. We get high with her mom, and her dad was in Vietnam. He likes Skinner, drinks a lot of beer. Well, he stared me up and down, and he shakes my hand real hard. He told his wife he thinks that I'm a queer, but I take his daughter home with me, and we live so happily. She don't care about material wealth. I take his daughter home with me, She manufactures LSD. She cooks me dinner and a whole lot else. She's my hippie girl. She's my hippie girl. Tell you, baby, I just love her so. She's my hippie girl. She's my hippie girl. Tell you, man, I'll never let her go. Oh, get on that Harley Davidson fiddle, girl. Yes, yes. She got pants and a dress. She's my hippie girl. She's my hippie girl. Tell you, baby, I love her so. She's my hippie girl. She's my hippie girl. Tell you, man, I'll never let her go. No, no, no. Thank you. This is a song that we wrote in a little bar in West Virginia when this woman got up at the end of the night on her table and screamed out that beer goggles ain't just for men. And she shook and took the whole table, all the drinks down. So we said, we got to write a song for her. He's long-winded. Yeah, men are just a general pain in the ass. But come closing time, her brain's down in her glass. He just talks and talks and talks and talks, but she don't care what he's thinking. No, she don't care nothing at all. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking. He ain't much to look at. She said he ain't that good in bed. Oh, a little soft around the middle, a little thin on top of his head. He just talks and talks and talks and talks, but her green light just keeps blinking. She don't care nothing at all. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking. When she's had a few too many, she don't know what she's thinking. He goes on and on and on and on, but her green light just keeps blinking. No, she don't care, honey bee. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking. Drops her off a block from her apartment, 'cause she don't want him to know where she lives. All the way from the Green River Inn, he's been talking about his wife and kids. He goes on and on and on and on, but her self-esteem ain't shrinking. No, 'cause she don't care, honey bee. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking. She only sleeps with him when she's drinking.
Coming right out.
Soon,
You should
soon.
check it out. The Weedhawks got 10 albums for sale. 10 different albums for sale.
We got something in the box over there. I don't know what we got left.
It's a grab bag. Costs $15 to grab.
You made me want to get my harp out, John. That was nice. I got this harp holder back in 1976 when I was just a kid. I just started driving a car, and I drove to the music store, bought this thing. Before I ever had a guitar, and I'd just drive around in my car and practice playing harmonica. I still got the same one. If something happened to it, I'd be devastated, but I don't want anybody kidnapping it or anything. But this is a song about being in Key West. We were camping in exchange for playing at this pub at a KOA, and it was okay. We were out there fighting the skeeters and everything, but what we weren't ready for was spring break. I thought spring break was 1 or 2 weeks, and it turned out to be 3 weeks and 4 weeks, and now these crazy kids camping around us. And there was an older guy named Frisbee who was a Korean War veteran. He was the oldest veteran we ever met. And he said, I like the kids and all, but it's that rap music drives me crazy. So this is for Frisbee. That rap music's blaring from out of the woods. I won't say nothing, but I wish someone would play some old Waylon or just something good. Then we can all get along. I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. And you don't know your ass from a hole in the wall. I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. No one comes to visit me. Nobody calls. My cutoffs might just be cut off too short. And since the prostate flared up, I don't do contact sport. My wife's got that devilish wandering eye, 'cause she's looking to upgrade to a much younger guy. I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. And you don't know your ass from a hole in the wall. I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. And I might break a hip if I happen to fall. Got $1 million house, now worth 200 grand. I got a bunch of bratty kids that just don't understand that the money's almost gone, but I'll do what I can. They cut me no slack at all. I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. And you don't know your ass from a hole in the wall. I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. No one comes to visit me. Nobody calls. No one comes to visit me. no one at all. For old Frisbee, wherever he is.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me out. This is my first time at Luckenbach. I have no excuse. I've been 2 hours away
It's awesome.
for 6 years.
Rooster,
I
talk
love you
to
too,
brother.
baby girl. Baby boy. Unisex. Chicken.
Well, I'm Bobby Lane, this is Ruby Jean, and it's been a pleasure being with you all this afternoon. Thank you. We've been playing music together for almost 11 years, and our whole goal was to get to Texas, and we just got here. So, shows the kind of van we had.
It's a long drive.
Yeah. But this is a song about living back in West Virginia on top of a bar. And we were right on top of the stage, our apartment, so it was just all night long. And so we wouldn't get to sleep till about 4 in the morning. But one morning about 7, there was a commotion outside the window. And there was some guys working that woke us up. And instead of getting mad, I went and wrote this song. And I'd like to ask your help a little bit, if you wouldn't mind just shouting out the chorus with me. It goes, it's called Hillbilly's Working. And I say Hillbilly's Working. And if y'all be kind enough to say Hillbilly's Working, then we'd be working. We'll practice it one time. Here we go. He got hillbillies working. Hillbillies working. Hillbillies working. Hillbillies working.
Those are good.
That's why we wanted to come to Texas, because y'all got it down. All right, thank you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Well, I was up late working. I'm trying to sleep in. I hear banging and cussing as the morning begins. Oh, I sprang from my bed to see what it was about. The landlord got
Hillbilly's working on the house.
hillbillies working. He's got them hillbillies working. He's got them hillbillies working. Hillbillies working. Man, there ain't no sleep. I'm fixing to shout. The landlord got hillbillies working on the house. They're talking trash, playing the radio loud. Oh, the monkey in charge, he's spitting orders around. Well, I lift up the wind to stick my neck out at the boss. He turns my way and goes, "What's up, hoss?" Hillbillies working. He got them hillbillies working. He's got them hillbillies working. Yeah, hillbillies working. Man, there ain't no sleep. I'm fixing to shout. The landlord got hillbillies working on the house. Man, they're taking cigarette breaks, John, right next to my bed. They got that Guns N' Roses banging in my head. The fiddle girl starts to moan, and I get mad. If he falls off his ladder, honey, I'll be glad. Hillbillies working. He's got them hillbillies working. He's got that mojo working. Hillbillies working. Hillbillies working. Man, there ain't no sleep. I'm fixing fixing to shout. The landlord got me. The landlord got hillbillies working on the house. Go! Fiddle girl, hillbillies working. He's got them hillbillies working. He's got them hillbillies working. Hillbillies working. Man, there ain't no sleep. I'm fixing to shout. The landlord got hillbillies working on the house.
The Weedhawks, y'all.
Thank you. They sounded great. Thank you.